So I bought it after considering it for a long time. We will discuss about the formula, difference with old formula dupes, and purchase strategies. So first of all, one note almost nobody talked about. This is the new formulation without talc. Although the packaging of this summer 2023 collection is still the old one. Double-ended brushes and this case, but the formulation is the new one. And you can also tell that Dior writing here is with capital letters. Also the boxes are different. We will compare now the old box with the box of the Eden Roc palette, and is this one. You can tell that Dior is now capital letters, and it seems is something that is not only related to makeup, but in general, Dior is kind of rebranding itself because also the shops have changed. The new formulation here, that is for the Eden Roc palette, without talc, and instead of talc, the cornstarch ingredient. While before that they had talc and they didn't have cornstarch. But when this was released, nobody knew about the reformulation, but people actually could tell the difference by saying that this was more powdery, drier, and that's true. And that's why my makeup strategy now is that I'm trying to buy a few must-haves from Dior in the old formulation. I have purchased already some palettes, and this is actually a new purchase. But now let's focus on this one. If you have a wide variety of makeup and brands, you know already that if you remove talc, you have that experience with eyeshadows being, how can I say, denser. Eyeshadows that seem humid. There's kind of humidity and they're less prone to be blendable. So that is my experience in the past with other brands, and I had the same experience when I tried these at the counter. This is brand new, I haven't touched, and I will do it now because I'm curious to know how different it is compared to Suqqu. In one of my previous videos, I said that I would skip this and use this one instead because the blues seemed similar. The problem with this is that it lacks browns and I'm not into oranges. So I used this palette especially for these two shades that are the most used, as you can see. While this one has this amazing brown here that is a cool toned brown. It has also sheen, and I can see a tad of pink that you can definitely see once swatched. So it swatches beautifully. The only difference is that it doesn't have that creaminess, butteriness that I feel in the old formulation. But it's a pretty quad, so I would say go for the new formulation if you like the color story. And for me, the best color story is the combo of a muted blue and a brown. Blue and brown have always been my kind of signature combo for my outfits. I like it so much that I couldn't really resist this because I've seen these colors paired together. So that's why I was so irresistibly attracted by this palette. So these are the swatches of the most interesting shades. You can see that the middle one, this one here, that's here, is orange pink. I see some warmth. It's a tan, let's say, with some pink too. But I really love these two shades. This combo is amazing. So let's see how different is this Suqqu blue to this one. I definitely wanted a side-by-side comparison that I haven't found elsewhere. And that's the difference, you see. So the Suqqu one is definitely lighter, but let's see how they blend, because both of them have a kind of grayish undertone, and the Suqqu is much more metallic, is lighter and more metallic, while the Dior is more muted matte. I have to say I love this tone of blue. I like it so much. It has a satin quality, not metallic, just a sheen. So on the eyes, this would appear as a matte. While this is for sure desaturated because it is great, and it has also some periwinkle. I will try them and update you in the future because I need to try them on the eyes and maybe try them one on one eye and the other one on the other eye and see if I can go out with those different eyeshadows on the two eyes, or if they are similar enough to be confused. Once blended, you can still see that the Dior is darker and more blue than the Suqqu. That tends to be more taupish and purplish. The middle one is a bit too warm for my liking, but this brown is great. And then there are these other two shades that, to be honest, I don't think I will use. So this is an orange tone that pairs with this one, but for me is something that doesn't really fit with my style, this orange tone. And this is a champagne, whitish champagne with a touch of golden sheen that is barely noticeable, but is there. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 are the Dior Eden Roc palette, and this is the Suqqu. And let me compare the orange to this orange. So let me put it here. So these are quite close, right? These two are the Suqqu. This is actually more neutral of an orange, like this is more yellow. So these two are the Suqqu ones, okay, from the palette 101, and you may have it. And these two are the corresponding tones in the Dior Eden Roc palette. I would say the blues are more different than the oranges. And then there's also this whitish color by Suqqu that is actually a bluish glitter, and it's totally different from this whitish color from Dior that has some gold. So all in all, similar color story, they are close. So I tried Suqqu on one eye and Dior on the other eye. On the upper eye here, you can see Dior brown plus the Suqqu blue. While on the bottom eye, you can see again Dior brown plus Dior blue. So the difference here is that the Dior blue is more intense and you can use it as an eyeliner, as I did here. While the Suqqu blue is more sheer, is difficult to build up as an eyeliner. So I would use the Suqqu blue more as an eyeshadow or to soften up the eyeliner created with the Dior. So they are still different, but to be honest, not different enough. If you have that Suqqu palette, you don't need the Dior one. However, I love the brown. The brown is Dior in both the eyes. It turns a bit olivey on my lids and it has a golden sheen that I appreciate. So it makes it sophisticated. I like how it is muted, toned down. So I really love this brown. I'm happy to have this quad, although I'm pretty sure you can dupe this brown easily. Okay, so we talked about the comparison and the new formula, and let's talk about this. Why I decided to buy old products. I have now enough information to select some older products that are the best. And this formulation from 2 years ago is amazing. So it's still one of the best. And I recognized that last week I was going to another city to get color analyzed. I went to the train station, and at the train station in Milan, you have MAC counter, you have a Sephora, and you have also another makeup counters. I went to the MAC counter first and I swatched the new palettes, the MAC Connecting Colors palettes. My gosh, the color stories are so sexy. I was mostly attracted by Unfiltered Nudes, that is the big palette full of neutrals, and Bronze Influence, that is a small palette, and that I think I will pick it up. I particularly like the upper right shade, that is a taupe with a prominent golden sheen. So I was watching that, and I had on my arm here swatches of that Unfiltered Nude palette. And then I went to the Sephora and they still had these old quads. I swatched them and I purchased this one that is Nude Dress. And I also ordered online other two neutral quads. One is Poncho and the other is Soft Cashmere. But this one, I wasn't interested in it, but I swatched it and it's amazing because it's light. It gives lightness and youthfulness on the look. I like the tone of this brown here. And it's paired with light, delicate colors in the amazing creamy formula. I remember I swatched this and also Soft Cashmere next to the MAC. And these were much superior than they said. I need to purchase these right now. So I started with one, but I soon ordered online other two quads because, guys, these are so rich in pigmentation, you can tell, and they blend in a way that unfortunately I haven't seen in talc-free formulas. This is much silkier, smoother and richer. I really like this satin shade. It's so delicate with a pink sheen. Guys, these are great, so delicate and yeah, light and youthful. I like light colors right now on my eyes. So I was so impressed that if you can find the old formulation, I recommend it. It deserves to be picked up, to be honest. So I have to do these kind of purchases before they're gone forever. I think I missed the white one. Yeah. So there's that. These are my purchases, my strategies, and yeah, my considerations. And yeah, I hope it was helpful and see you in my next video. Bye bye.